Hello there, my fellow financial explorers. Welcome back to Dynamics of the Dollar, your go to channel for mastering your money and building a brighter future financially. Today, I'm going to be sharing the simple and proven guide to saving $1,000 in record time. So, welcome to Money Monday. Break out your favorite note taking app because we're about to dive into some game changing tips. Now, I know what you're thinking, the topic has been talked about forever, but let me tell you why it's important. Recent studies have shown that the vast majority of people could not afford a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. That's concerning, mainly because you can't really plan for an emergency. If this is at all a concern to you, stick around for my rules for saving some money quick. First, why is even having a healthy savings account crucial? Saving money not only provides financial security, but also gives you the freedom to pursue your dreams and live life on your terms. Plus, it's a fantastic way to prepare for unexpected expenses and build towards your long-term goals. So I know saving that first $1,000 can seem like a daunting task. This is why tip number one is so important, which is to track your spending. Start by examining your expenses and identifying areas where you can cut back. There are simple spreadsheets out there that you can download for free off of Google. I personally would not recommend tracking vigorously forever, but if you are just starting your financial freedom journey or have never seen your expenses laid out in front of you, then tracking your spending can be an absolute game changer. Once you have your finances mapped out, you can see where you can start to cut back just a bit. This, for me, was the most eye-opening thing. I just couldn't believe how much money I was tossing away at certain things that I would now consider to be useless. Debt interest was probably the biggest culprit for me personally, but that's a whole other thing. If you haven't already, check out my other video on tips on eliminating debt. You can use apps like YNAB to help you categorize and track every single dollar you spend. Personally, I did used to use Mint, but unfortunately they are no longer around. So go ahead, utilize them, not sponsored, check them out. But did you know that the average person spends around $200 a month on non-essential items? Let that sink in. That's $2,400 a year right there. By identifying and reducing these expenses, you can save a significant amount each month and more. I've attached a spreadsheet that I've personally created down in the description. I used it for years. Keep in mind, the spreadsheet works very well if you know exactly what you get paid in a year. If you are hourly, things can be a little bit different. Feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to hook you up with a different spreadsheet if it doesn't work out too well for you. Maybe I'll make a video kind of explaining that spreadsheet as well. Next up, create a budget that aligns with your personal financial goals. Outline your monthly income and allocate funds for essentials like rent, groceries, and bills. Then designate a portion of your income towards savings. By giving every dollar a purpose, you'll have better control over your finances and be able to save more efficiently. A simple method that I used to start was the 50-30-20 rule. 50% towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% for savings. Obviously, you would adjust these percentages based on your financial situation. Let's say you make minimum wage in Ontario. At the time I recorded this video, that's $16.55 per hour. If you work, let's say 20 hours a week and follow the 50-30-20 rule, you can safely save $1,000 in 4 to 6 months. Of course, there are always surprises, but even if you have a portion of that $1,000 saved, it's a great feeling to know that you can pay off an emergency without having to go into debt. And life will throw emergencies at you. I can promise you, life will throw emergencies at you. Personally, I found that tracking my budget weekly rather than monthly helps me stay on top of my spending and savings goals. And take this into consideration. A lot of us will go above and beyond, break our backs to pay bills, to make sure we don't miss a subscription to our Netflix, to make sure that we don't miss the minimum payment on our credit cards. But just ask yourself, why aren't I paying myself first? This should be your first thought when your goal is to begin saving money. One of the easiest ways to save money is by automating your savings. Most of us get paid on a schedule, so you can easily set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account every single payday. This way, you'll be consistently putting money aside without even thinking about it. It's a simple, incredibly effective strategy for building your nest egg. This is something that I utilize every single time I get paid. Money goes into my checking account. I set up all my automations. Every single dollar goes out that is not what I would consider mine to spend. Mine goes to where it comes in and it goes out. That's it. Whatever's left in that account is mine to spend however I want. Consider finding and setting up a high yield savings account to maximize the interest that you're saving. So basically, to put in simple terms, a bank will give you free money to hold your money for you. It's a no-brainer. Over time, those extra dollars add up and you can get to your goal significantly faster and go beyond it. And if you receive windfalls like bonuses or tax refunds, simply multiply that money that you received by 0.2 so that you can add that money to your savings. I know exactly how it feels to receive a windfall and have the absolute urge to just spend it on whatever I want. Going out to a nice dinner, buying some tech that I probably don't need. Trust me, I know. But when you put that money towards a savings goal, so in any case, for example, a vacation, it feels amazing to know that you bought a vacation as opposed to something that you're not going to use and it's going to sit in your closet and collect dust. Now, let's talk about slashing those monthly expenses. So again, you've taken a hard look at your expenses, you look at your recurring bills and see where you can make cuts. Negotiate with service providers for better rates, shop around for cheaper insurance options, and consider downsizing your living space if necessary. This is like worst case scenario. Remember, every single dollar you save is a step closer to reaching that $1,000 goal. For instance, I personally managed to save $20 a month just by switching to a more affordable cell phone plan. I was in a mall, I walked by a cell phone provider, walked in and said, what can I get for bring my own device? And just like that, 30 minutes later, I leave with a bill that's $20 less. Even just switching some of your subscriptions to a yearly option can save you a percentage every single month. Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive at the front, but in the long term, you're saving some money on the subscriptions you're going to use anyway. Small changes like turning off the lights when you're walking out of a room or only flushing the toilet once a week. If your goal is to begin your saving journey, then small steps like these can really show you exactly what you're capable of. Last but not least, consider ways to boost your income, whether it's picking up a side hustle, freelancing, or monetizing a hobby. There are plenty of opportunities to earn extra cash. Get creative and think outside the box. By supplementing your income, you can accelerate your savings and reach that $1,000 goal in no time. On top of that, you could potentially ignite a passion that you've been wanting to pursue for a really long time. Now, I know what you're thinking. KG, I don't have time to start a second job, or I just don't want to. I want you to sit back for a second and really think to yourself, do you really want to be working for someone else forever without ever pursuing a passion? Do you want to look back at your life and say that you never even tried? Consider these when you tell yourself you have no time. Remember, you and the richest person in the world share the same 24 hours. Keep that in mind. Look at your phone. You most likely use apps like Amazon, Etsy, watching YouTube. Someone is making money off of these apps. Even if it's small pocket change coming your way, it's still money you wouldn't have seen otherwise. So go out there and try. Someone that I really look up to is Ramit Sethi. A great quote from one of his books called I Will Teach You to Be Rich that I ask myself every single day is, don't ask how much money do I need? Instead, ask yourself, what do I want to do with my life and how can I accomplish it? And there you have it, folks. 5 proven tips to help you save $1,000 quickly. Remember that consistency is key, so stay committed to your savings journey and watch your financial goals become a reality. If this is a priority for you, then you can absolutely make it happen. So thank you for taking a few moments of your day to watch today's video. If you're brand new to finances and have questions, toss them in the comments. I will reply to every single one of your comments. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more money saving tips. Next week, we're going to talk about how to make your credit card company work for you. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss that upload. Until then, my name is KG. I hope you have a great Money Monday and happy savings. Take care.